Trapmore gang, it's been a few days since the generational crash out of American hip-hop radio host Ebro. Okay, this is a guy, I'm not gonna lie, I've never really spoken too much on Ebro, right? He calls himself Old Man Ebro. I can attest, he definitely be behaving like a salty old man. But I feel like I've been eager to talk about this situation because as a member of the new generation of the hip-hop media landscape, okay, this is one of those people that I just know. I ain't never heard from Ebro. I ain't never spoken to Ebro. Okay, maybe he's a nice guy, maybe he's not. But I feel like I've seen him hate on so many people over the years, and I just know for a fact, all right, like Vlad's one of my mentors. He's had negative back and forth with Vlad. Vlad's touched on basically dancing on his grave and celebrating the fact that he lost his show and basically pointing it out that this is somebody who could have been building relationships with the new generation of content creators. I'm part of that generation, okay? So I feel like it's going to be very interesting to just talk to you guys today about basically what happened, where he went wrong with his career, how he ended up just in this generational embarrassing crash out, allegedly losing his job on the radio. Meanwhile, apparently Charlemagne's getting a $200 million deal to renew his contract. So this guy's getting kicked to the curb, all right? And Charlemagne's getting $200 million deals. So there's definitely, it's not that there's no money left in radio, but there ain't no money left in radio for this sucker. Okay, so look, I'm gonna get on the hype train, man. I'm gonna, you know, we're gonna smoke a little bit of that Ebro pack today. I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? So look, this is the show, all right? Ebro in the morning. It's been duly cancelled. Now, apparently, okay, they've been doing their thing since like 2012, okay? They've been getting busy on the airwaves, all right? And a lot of people have been wondering who's going to replace them? Who's going to replace him? What's going on? Now, look, no doubt this is Cap, okay? But there's been a lot of questions as to what or who might end up replacing Ebro and them on this prestigious, or at least formerly prestigious, Hot 97 slot. And there's been rumors going around that Kai Cenat's going to be looking to take the place, all right? I ain't going to lie. This is no disrespect, but also it's true. Bruh, this position is beneath Kai Cenat, all right? I mean, shit. Maybe there's a way. Maybe he might find time in his busy and prestigious schedule to hop on the radio waves and do this. But, like, bruh, ain't no way Kai Cenat taking that. Bruh, you think Ebro getting cancelled? If Kai Cenat was willing to take this job, more power to him, all right? And Hot 97 played a blinder if they're going to get him in there. But that's probably not going to happen, okay? But what's interesting, okay, is a lot of people have been wondering why this has happened now. And some people actually believe that the reason that he might have got canned and the reason it might be hot on the block for the radio host right now is perhaps, I'm going to put my hat on right now. I'm going to put my little... I can't... Wait, I need to just put on my Cap City. Shout out to Cap City, man. They just laced me up with this hat. Before we go any further, you know what I'm saying? Look at me. I'm bejeweled now. I'm bejeweled. I've got this bejeweled hat. But anyway, all right. Some people have been saying maybe the reason that these infamous radio hosts are getting canned is because there's some payola going on. Sorry to show you all my thumbnails right there.
I've seen
this is
companies I work for cheat. I can tell you I cheated. Everybody in the record business has been a part or has seen their company cheat. Viral charts, absolutely. Everybody knows how to play that game. Giving them cash, tickets to concerts in exchange for airplay, Payola, right? You're giving somebody something in exchange for something. They're not just playing your record because they think it's good, or they're not playing your record because it's doing well. They're playing your record because you just gave them 6 tickets to the Taylor Swift concert.
So there's been allegations, okay, that these radio hosts are getting kickbacks from record labels and artists so that they play their songs and push their music. Now, okay, people have said that this has been something that's been whistleblowed on for a while, okay, and some people think that this might be the reason. But a few days ago, okay, Ebro's show would air its final episode, and Ebro would basically address the situation publicly on Twitter, okay? This is when we knew there was a problem. There was a serious problem. He said, "It's done. More to come. Hashtag Ebro in the morning." And people were hyped. Okay, people were happy about what was going on. They're saying you had to jump ship before the Payola Rico hit, huh? They're saying that the feds, the authorities might be looking into these Payola allegations and they might be able to take them down. Okay, they're saying first Elliot Wilson and his 2 clowns, then that writer, then Ebro and Rosenberg, a beautiful end to hip hop, and they smoking that good gas, right? I don't want to get caught up playing that one, but you know what I'm saying, okay? Now look, here's the interesting thing. Now, as a YouTuber, okay, look, I'm familiar with making videos, dropping videos, maintaining channels, having some motion on these YouTube streets. Sometimes it goes good, sometimes it goes bad. But when you look at Hot 97 and their channel, okay, they've got a bit of a problem, all right? They've got a bit of a ratio problem. Now, look, I have 3 channels. Okay, my main channel's got 1.4 million subscribers. This second channel's got like 300 and something thousand subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you subscribing. But there's something with the ratio, okay? Sometimes I drop a video on the main channel, I've got 1.4 mil subs, but my young boy video, it's just hitting like 600K. So arguably a lot of the subscriber base, they ain't interested in what I had to say that time, okay? And that's a bad look. But at least I'm getting like roughly half of my subscriber base tapping in with the recent content. Sometimes it goes bigger, all right? I got videos with over 10 million views on them. I ain't got no 10 million subscribers. And what I'm really enjoying about this channel is this channel's a lot more personal. I feel like I'm more of an underdog on this channel. Okay, got 300,000 subscribers, but I be dropping. Not everything's going too crazy on this channel, but it's like I'm dropping consistently, and my daily and monthly view counts are like pretty good comparatively. Right, it's pretty good for my 300,000 subscribers. But this Hot 97 channel, they got almost 4 million subscribers on their YouTube. Okay, it says this is the world's biggest and most well-known cultural brand and radio. Come on, bro. The world's biggest and well-known cultural brand. Like, give it a rest. Okay, and again, look. I don't really like to dunk on people with view counts because like sometimes the views are up, sometimes the views are down. But for having 4 million subscribers and you're cranking out content that's getting less than 1,000 views, I know that was only a few hours ago, but like, come on, still. Okay, where's the blockbuster content? If you guys are the most well-known cultural brand, like why are we not seeing any big content? We got 37K on video 8 days ago. They be doing these like Zoom breakdowns of stuff that's going on. The content sucks. I'm sorry, but like this needed to get cancelled. This content sucks. Like anyone's really tuning in for this? Like, what's their most popular video? Summer Jam set of Nicki Minaj. You know, this is 11 years ago. It's a long time since you've had a big piece of content, all right? It's like the heyday, the golden era of this is over, and you guys aren't making any effort into the content. Like 14 years ago, all your stuff with a lot of views. And again, I don't really like to dunk on people about views because I don't feel like it's really. It's just, I just be humble with it. If I drop content, people like it, and a lot of people view it. That's great. But it's like the glory days were behind you when it comes to Hot 97, okay, on YouTube. And it's just kind of like, bro, like where's the blockbuster content recently? You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, yes, someone should be getting fired. Like, bro, someone's head needs to roll up. Why is nobody watching this content? You know what I mean? And it's just like, somebody got to go. And it turned out it was Ebro. Now, interestingly enough, Ebro, after the rumors of his canning went around, okay, he would go on an Unhinged rant and he would basically blame everybody but himself and his lack of motion and his inability to bring and deliver content that's good. He would blame everybody else. He would say, no, this is Donald Trump's doing. This is casinos doing. This is the fault of the far right. Like, is the far right making this content suck? Like, this content sucks. Like, this sucks. Trump says Warner Brothers and Netflix deal could be a problem. It's a bad thumbnail. Let's just have a look. Bad intro. Just get straight to the point. Get straight to the content. Like, this intro sucks.
Ebro in the morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
You shouldn't be saying that on the air. Well, Netflix made a big announcement that it reached a deal to buy pieces of Warner Brothers Discovery. Now, this was a big...
Like, this content sucks, bro. Like, this is trash. Is Ebro even in here? Are we waiting to the end? Like, we waiting to get Ebro? I can't wait to hear what Ebro has to say about this situation.
It could be a problem.
But don't worry. He's going to vet it, guys.
He would personally be involved in the decision.
Well, the Department of Justice will be involved in the decision. They have a Department of Justice. I think it's called at the Department of something about competition.
Like, y'all just phoning it in. You're just phoning it in. It's trash content, okay? But apparently it's the far right's fault, okay? It's all the far right's fault that he got canned. Look at this.
Told y'all a couple of weeks ago when they tried to run that Andrew Cuomo play on me. Remember that shit? And then they tried, you know, when the Trumpster got in office. Listen, man, I don't capitulate well, bro. Been doing this too long. You look around all the major media outlets. Look at all the major media outlets, man. All of them. Look at all of them. They all got to fold up because they all trying to renew their deals, their licenses. They all, well, in this particular situation, we'll get into more specifics another time.
Now, he's referring to Charlemagne, right? Because it's just been revealed Charlemagne signed a $200 million renewal for his whole podcast, like his podcast network, him, The Breakfast Club. They're syndicating it. They're trying to put it on Netflix. They're doing a lot. But he's talking about, oh, everyone's... I'm being politicized. No, your content just sucks, bro. That content that I just played, like, now you blaming Trump. But when you had your show a week ago, and you had your opportunity to make some good cutting content on Trump, you wasn't getting your Jon Stewart on. You wasn't getting your Daily Show on. You was making trash content, phoning it in on Zoom like it's 2020, bro. You still doing, you and your team still linking up to make content on Zoom? Come on, bro. And it's the far right's fault. And it's what? They tried to run a play. Bro, your content sucks.
Bro's a casino owner. You know those 3 licenses that they got here in New York City for the casinos? The guy that owns the shit owns one of the casinos licenses. He got to raise $500,000, bro. $500 million, excuse me. They need my shit talking anti-Netanyahu, anti-government, progressive shit out the way, bro.
Well, how come Charlemagne been outspoken against the government? He getting 200 mil. They talking about, they want my anti-Netanyahu takes out the way. Look, I'm not even political like that. Okay, I know more about the war in Chicago than the war in Middle East. Okay, but like, this ain't the reason, bro. Your content just sucks. All right. And if you made good content about these political points that you share, that you hold so dearly, people might be interested. But you're making trash content. You ain't no Jon Stewart. All right. You ain't doing nothing. You cooked. Okay. People saying you're gonna cry in the car. His handlers finally gave him the kiss of death. All right. I just remember when he told new rappers they wouldn't be here in 15 years, and he will, and he gone. 10 years ago, he told academics that having a YouTube account is a joke. Life comes at you fast. Okay. Now, there were a lot of serious back and forth, and he pissed off a lot of people. Okay. One person who was particularly excited about the news of Ebro becoming a pack was the boy Drizzy Drake. Okay. In a viral clip earlier this year, Ebro actually called Drake a sickness in the rap game. Okay. I ain't gonna lie, I feel like there's this trend at the moment of calling sickness, like people calling people cancer. You a cancer on the industry. People be calling me a cancer on the industry, and I'm just like, bro, that's you doing a disservice to cancer. Like, bro, like cancer really like on some shit. Okay, like I'm just out here making videos, but it's like people get so up. Oh, these things are a sickness. These metaphors, like you need to go work on your metaphors, bro. Calling Drake a sickness in the game. Drake's one of the greatest to ever do it.
Drake is not that important. Kendrick, the reason Drake's in this is because he is a sickness.
If Drake wasn't that important, why was Not Like Us, a song dissing him, the biggest thing in the world? Why can't Kendrick make a song about some other shit? Why can't Kendrick make a song about himself and his own life that goes #1 around the world and wins multiple Grammys? It was about Drake.
In the game. It could have been any artist. It's what Drake represents. We've been saying this for months. Drake is not that important. Kendrick, the reason Drake's in this.
So look, Drake contributes more to culture and society than Hot 97. Whether or not you agree or disagree with him, and look, I actually rock with Kendrick, and Not Like Us was a banger. It was a tune, as Top 5 will say. Okay? But at the end of the day, all right, Drake is delivering far more to the people and to the masses, and he's delivering far more delight to the marketplace than Ebro is, right? Ebro's take suck. You hear on Zoom talking about Drake a sickness, bro. You calling in sick talking about Drake a sickness. Really? For real? And so look, this is going around. It says Drake left a comment under a post about Ebro's morning show getting cancelled. He just hit him with the hatchet emoji. You got axed, all right? Ebro's show getting axed. He's saying it's because of the the right wing. Champagne Pappy said, you got axed. They're saying, whack him again for me, Drizzy. And Drake would follow this up with direct DMs to Ebro. He was on smoke. I ain't going to lie, though. We need to see some of this energy for Kendrick Lamar.
DMs Ebro.
Right? And Peter Rosenberg would basically say Ebro should sue Drake over his DMs following the cancellation of Ebro in the morning. If I were you, I would do what Drake did and sue. Y'all are still phoning it in on Zoom. Why don't you make a freestyle? Why don't you make something as high quality as the type of shit that Drake puts out there before you clap back? All right? You are on Zoom with this dead-ass background, still acting like you making quality content, bro. This is worthless garbage.
Bro. Die slower, pussy.
So basically, right, after all this went down, it looked like Drake actually DM'd Ebro, said, die slower, pussy, we got some shit for you. And then Ebro replied, he said, relax, you're salty about losing to Kendrick. You're not mad at me at all. Love, bro. All right, but for real, you called him a sickness. You said that he was a sickness. Now you the one who got terminal illness of your career.
We got some shit for you. Ebro replies, relax. You're salty about losing to Kendrick. You're not mad at me. Love, bro. No, it's a good response. Honestly, I think it's great. That's a really good response.
He's not mad at me. Why would you be mad at me? Mad at me for what?
No, stop. He's definitely mad at you, and he's been mad at you. Why?
He's 100% mad at you.
Yes.
Why would he send that?
He's mad at me for what?
Honestly,
What did I do?
And you surpassed
It's
me.
literally, it's the most loose DM he's ever sent you. That's crazy.
No, that's. And by the way, if I were you, I would do what Drake would do. Sue. Feels like a threat.
Oh shit.
Feels like a threat. Yo, die.
It feels like a threat.
He said die, and then we got some shit for you. I'm going to court like you, Drizzy.
This is such trash content. You're all on Zoom. You've all got different microphones. She on a phone. This sucks. This content sucks, and you wondering why you're fired, and you're saying it's the right wing's fault, okay? It's such an incredible lack of accountability, and look, I'll keep it real with you, okay? Maybe even behind the scenes, but like, I really try and take extreme accountability, and there's some things that I've done recently that I'm just kind of like, man, that wasn't the right move for me, okay? Maybe I don't need to rub it in everybody's face like that, okay? But like, on a personal level, I feel like sometimes, like, I know when I've made bad moves. I released a lot of videos this year that I wasn't proud of. I released a bunch of videos that I wasn't proud of. I didn't put my all into, and they didn't do that well. And I know why. I know why. Like, I know why. I don't need to shout it from the rooftops, but I know why. And I feel like Ebro should go back and reflect and be like, this content that I was putting out here into the hip-hoposphere was trash. The content I'm doing for you guys right now in this video, and I'm in control. I've got a good microphone. I've got a good camera. I've got neon lights. You're Hot 97 with 4 million subscribers. This is just content I'm just farting out for fun because I want to have a dialogue with the people that follow me. This is exponentially better than what Ebro, who's supposed to be a staple of the hip-hop culture for years, is putting out there. He putting out trash. And then he butthurt talking about the right wing, bro. Like, the right wing ain't got a problem with me, right? The alt-right. It doesn't matter. Just make make stuff that's actually going to delight people and you know, that's going to contribute to the culture. As much as people hate on me and say culture vulture this, culture vulture that, bro, I'm contributing to the culture, bro. I'm contributing to the conversation. I'm looking at the things that are important and people are interested in, and I'm taking them and I'm making really good quality, insightful stuff that gets you thinking, gets you talking, gets you debating. Sometimes it pisses people off. Young boy, 19 bodies. Young boy said he got 19 bodies, so I knuckled down and I broke it down in a very easy for you to digest way so you could actually understand the possible theories behind these claims that this famous artist, who's the most relevant person in the world, has made. You guys, you clowns are just sitting on Zoom, right? You got a 4 million subscriber even infrastructure behind you, and Hot 97, which is just this giant behemoth of an organization that's been around through every era of hip hop, and you just farting out content that's this trash. Like, shame on you guys, okay? Now, over the years, okay, Ebro has repeatedly defended himself against allegations of payola, which we discussed at the start of the video, pay to play, paying to get your stuff pushed on the radio, okay? And he often pointed out that Hot 97 had been previously investigated and cleared of the payola allegations.
Common thought.
Yeah, by people who are losers. This is New York. Yo, listen, it could probably happen in a small market. You do realize, let me tell y'all something. You do realize that Elliot Spitzer ran through this radio station with a fine-tooth comb in the whole fucking city for payola. You know the fuck got in trouble? The program director at Power 105, he got fired.
Right.
It happened at Power. They ran through everybody. My background, the program, everybody. And you know what we got? $0.
I remember that.
Zero. So fuck y'all niggas with that bullshit. Get your motherfucking game up and start. No, listen.
So look, he's denied all these payola, and he's pointed it back at Power 105. He said, now they're the ones that got done for payola. But unfortunately, okay, apparently things are a lot more complicated than that. Past reporting tells a different story. There was an investigation that apparently revealed that Hot 97, this is all the way back in 2005, had been implicated in the broader payola scandals of the early 2000s. And guess who worked there during this time? Ebro was working there at the time, folks, okay? Payola, the beat goes on. This is in 2005. In the settlement of New York State Attorney General Elliot Spitzer's investigation of Sony BMG Music Entertainment last week, the ugly side of an industry was exposed again. Sony emails revealed what Spitzer called a pervasive practice of payola or bribes for radio airplay. Payola's not new. Before a crackdown in the early 1960s, the golden age of payola was what one DJ, Joe Finnan, called a blur of booze, bribes, and broad. Sounds like fun to me. That's actually the working title of his memoir. The practice never went away, though the payoffs may have evolved. Sony emails revealed exchanges of cash, sneakers, laptops, hotels, and parties for an increase in spins or broadcasts of a pop song. The artists mentioned in the promotion schemes included the bands Good Charlotte and Franz Ferdinand, Jennifer Lopez, and rapper Killer Mike. Not Killer Mike, but I thought the alt-right, he's super left-wing. No, you over here getting payola. Following its settlement, Sony BMG said it will end payments for airplay and make corporate-wide reforms to its promotion systems. Nida Ulabi takes a look at how the dealings between radio stations and record labels reflect the times. All right? It says further excerpts from Sony emails. All right? These are things that Sony emails had sent during these Payola exchanges. Please be advised that in this week's JLo Top 40 spin increase of 236, we bought 63 spins at a cost of $3,600. All right? This one says they tried to get Good Charlotte spins to increase of 61. They bought 250 spins for 17 grand. In reality, we were down 200 spins from the week. Oh no! Name deleted worked out a deal with DJ Enough at New York radio station, not Hot 97. Oh no! Around the Nas and Exhibit record. In return, Enough asked Redacted if he could get him a car from Wednesday to Friday from his house to Hot 97. The amount will be $160 plus tolls for each trip. That's in 2005. All right, it's cheap. The request was approved at $480, all right? These are all emails getting exposed for Payola, okay? It is going down. It says, an Epic executive said, you can say I'll give you help for the Franz Ferdinand record, put it in to a 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. rotation with 18 times a week. If you can help out with blank, then I say, Redacted, of course, I'd be happy to. And thank you for finally helping me break a record. The PXY director said, I'm a whore this week. What can I say? All right? And so Ebro saying we were investigated and we were cleared. Well, Hot 97, it sounds like, I don't know, you were cleared for the tolls. You looks like you were cleared for the tolls from the house. Not you personally, Ebro, but like Hot 97. It sounds like they was cleared. They was cleared to pass through them tolls. They was cleared to budget $160 a day for a car. Now, Ebro would address the Payola allegations again in a 2016 public post. Okay, it said the same cats crying Payola, never on the radio. If you could pay for it, then pay. Duh, just stupid. All right? It says this guy was talking his latest segment, now acting like Payola is illegal when this dumbass dude still got this post up. Right? They're saying hire a lawyer. Always knew this fool was a lame ass. All right? You go into jail, illegal, get lawyered up, my boy. All right? Now, interestingly, Charlemagne the God, okay, Power 105 had a long-running beef with Ebro, and Ebro low-key snitching. You want to talk about don't snitch, snitching, the culture of not snitching. Y'all went on the radio talking about not 97 got cleared, but they found Payola at Power 105. Well, Charlemagne the God, who's had a long-running beef with Ebro, basically has hinted that Payola still existed in the industry, even in 2020.
You had 24s on white label. Right. And you came to the station like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. It was you and C-Rod. Okay. And me playing 24s without consulting the program director.
That was a big deal.
That was considered shocking.
You playing music. I understand.
Absolutely.
You try to control the DJ's ability to break music when that's what the DJ is supposed to be in place for.
Well, that was back in the day when they was really taking money to play records. So being that you didn't have a label situation, they was like, what is you playing that for? You had.
So he's basically sat down with T.I. and basically saying, yo, like late night, I would have T.I. over there and I'd be playing T.I.'s music, pushing his music, breaking his records. And the head honchos at the label that have a little Payola hustle, they were mad. They're saying, yo, you fucking up the bag, you fucking up the game. Like, yo, we trying to run Payola deals in here. That's what he seems to be inferring. Now, cut to the start of 2025, during Drake's lawsuit involving Kendrick Lamar, this was again where it was claimed that, Payola was going on, right? And apparently Charlemagne would be touching on the fact that basically saying, yo, at the start of 2025, Payola's still going on. And of course, folks like Ebro hate Drake. He mad at Drake. Not Like Us is going crazy. And there's been allegations that have come out that Not Like Us was Payola'd its way to the top. Now, I can't confirm or deny, all right, this is just a theory, but let's see what Charlemagne said at the time.
Were being paid to push the song. There was like radio people that were being paid to push the song.
Now that I need to know about. Drake, now you need to snitch.
Stupid.
Tell. Because I think I know who it is and I don't want them here anyway.
Now they also.
We don't need people like this in this business.
What's wrong with you, guys?
You want to put a name on wax? What do you?
Yes, I do.
Shout out to Charlemagne, man. It's time for you to snitch too. He's keeping it real. He's saying, yo, there's fools out here. There's fools out here doing Payola. I need to know. Drake needs to call him out. He said, people in the comments saying, why won't he call him out himself? That's bullshit clout chaser behavior. If he knows, he can call it out and the person can confirm or deny. Hey, Drake, I know exactly the same info, but I want you to tell. Drake tells, damn, Drake, yo ass snitch him. And everyone will look at this and praise Charlemagne, the God, and continue flaming Drake. They call him Charlemagne the fraud. Okay, it says because NYC is a small place, but Ebro like down the block. All right, the only person he could be talking about is Ebro. He hates him way more than Drake. I just remember seeing Rosenberg saying that he's one of the good white people that loves the culture. No exaggeration. He was throwing another white person under the bus and saying, I'm not like that. I'm a good white. People saying they hate Ebro, saying Charlemagne going to get his karma on a nice platter one day. People saying, is it Rosenberg? They're saying he and Ebro have been accused of payola for years. They're saying Ebro I find tolerable, but Rosenberg is an insufferable commentator, man. They hating on him. Ebro, of course, that's what they're saying in the comments. They're saying it's Ebro now. As a little bit of time passed, okay, even Ebro's co-host, Peter Rosenberg, was surprised at how frequently Kendrick Lamar's GNX was being played on the radio. All right, listen to this.
You know, we as a station, we've been super supportive of both those artists. Obviously, Drake has his own, he's had his own issues with Flex. He's had his own issues with me. He's had his own issues with Ebro. Like he's had different things at different times. Yeah. But I think he would also acknowledge an immense amount of support. Like he has been a core artist at Hot 97 now since the very beginning, and it's never changed. Like even through this whole thing, he had records playing through it, records playing immediately after it. I'm sure he didn't love everything that was being said, but like it also didn't slow him down at the radio station. It picked Kendrick up. Kendrick had the amount of GNX we played surprised even me. Yeah, I was like, we are really playing every song off of GNX. Yeah, like this is kind of crazy. It's early. That song is really aggressive.
Yeah, that's aggressive. Yeah, we were talking.
It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy now. In September of this year, 2025, okay, that's when Charlemagne would actually be out here reacting positively to the news that the FBI would actually be indeed investigating payola tactics on the radio.
The offices of Universal, Sony, and a few other major record labels were raided in Turkey. And this is all a part of some bribery allegations regarding artists on those labels paying off individuals for Spotify playlist placements.
Now, this is going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, now, so what I was told was that all of this has led to an investigation in North America, and because they're claiming that artists here are using similar tactics and the FBI is investigating.
This is going to be so
you're talking about Drake and bots or whatever. I know there's been a conversation, but yesterday, that's what I got. And this is, I've been told things are about to explode.
This is going to be fun to watch unfold.
So Charlemagne's ready, man. He's ready for people to get exposed. He's ready for the feds to step in, okay, and iron out this payola. Now, time would go on, okay, and there would be a lot of thoughts about what's going on. Ebro ended up on the chopping block. And recently, in the Rory, from the Rory and Mar podcast, basically hopped online and discussed, you know, rumors about who it could be that replaced Ebro. And it was interesting to hear what he had to say.
But I know a lot of people have complained over the years that there's not a lot of New Yorkers left at Hot or at Power. And when you have a New Yorker that's relevant, that's funny, that can revamp something and is a creative fucking mind and has a cult following, that's going to keep the Hot 97 ship moving if he takes that over. It was when I heard that, because I wasn't thinking too much of it. Like I didn't spend my weekend wondering who Hot 97 was going to replace with. But when I heard it on Sunday, I said, oh, genius.
Can you cover your mouth?
Fucking genius.
So he's not allowed to say, right? So before you say who was he talking about, he's not allowed to say. Now, there's been a lot of talk that it could have been Miro or Deezus. If you don't know these guys, okay, shout out to Deezus and Miro. They had a podcast called The Bodega Boys, which I used to love. I used to spin that back to back to back in the day. I don't even know if I was doing YouTube when Deezus and Miro kind of popped off with their podcast, man. But these are two people I really admire. I think they're dope. I actually think they're super dope, and I would love to see them get into the mainstream conversation. I don't know why they got two. Oh, because they had a Showtime show, and then they got their own show. These are real New Yorkers, all right? They're real dudes, really just like from just that real New York gritty culture. Like they just straight New York, all right? And I used to love listening to their podcast. I didn't really plug too much into their Showtime show. I feel like that was maybe when I started, you know, having my own thing going. But I feel like it's very cool. I actually really hope that they're the ones who do it. Obviously, there's been the speculation that Kai Cenat might be doing it. I doubt this is beneath him. He ain't going to be doing that. But another rumor that's been going around is that Joe Budden could even be taken over. I'm not going to lie, that would be delicious. Okay, that would actually be an excellent nail in the coffin. All right, Joe Budden could be taking over Hot 97's mornings if rumors are true. But look, people, I'm going to wrap it up there, and I'm just going to say, okay, for Ebro, you know, I kind of don't really respect him, man. I feel like he was somebody that looked down on kind of the new school of content creators. He was a gatekeeper. He had his ideas about, you know, shitting on academics and thinking that people like us that are doing our own new era of content DIY style isn't cool or isn't going anywhere. And I feel like he's now finding out the hard way. But the whole problem with him is that he was putting out shit content, big platform. Oh, I've not got to make effort. We can just have Zoom conversations like it's still the pandemic. Ain't gonna run, buddy. Okay, so I hope he learns his lesson, man. I really don't have bad blood. I don't wish anything bad happens to him. I'd like to see him learn from this and humble himself and maybe come out and say like, hey, you know what? Maybe I was moving wrong. Maybe I was putting out shitty content. I wasn't part of the conversation. I was acting like I was getting grandfathered into the game and shitting on all the new guys when really they were actually making better content. But what do you guys think, man? Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. I'll be back with some more videos later today. Got a couple topics I want to get through. Thank you so much for watching the recent content. I'm out here for now. Appreciate it. And shout out to Cat City for the Fire Cat Legends. Peace.